Good afternoon, everyone. I hope that you're having a wonderful day, basking in the light of the light of God, each and every day. So the last couple of days, I've been poring over the lesson. I think it was 194. I place the future into the hands of God. Let me say this again. I place the future into the hands of God. My friend, this is the most important default thought or affirmation I use through this difficult time that you and I are having. And I've used it for the last 30 years. And it's very powerful and very potent. I place the future into the hands of God. If you accept this idea today, you have passed all anxiety, all depression, all guilt, all worry, because you have placed all of this, the minutia of your future, into the hands of God. And this is so important that we understand this. This is a gift to you. This is a gift to you. As well as placing the future into the hands of God, you laid the past and the present as well into his hands as well. So you put all of your control into his hands and not in your own. So in other words, this is not a process where the self-image called Kevin Rice is weaving plans for the uncertainties of the future. But I'm diving into the present moment. I'm diving into the eternal, timeless now. That's it. If I'm overdoing my planning for the future, I'm removing myself from the present moment. Frankly, I'm not in the present moment. And therefore, I am a slave to time and space. Okay? Keep in mind with me that even we were told by scientists, Einstein as well, that time and space is an optical illusion. Keep in mind as we navigate ourselves through this world that our anchor is not our past through our grudges or our grievances. Our anchor is not in the future, planning for the uncertainties of the future as we wish. That we are diving into the present moment, and therefore we are not a slave to time and space anymore. And time goes by without its touch upon us. Okay? And I'm going to make this very brief with you. I hope that you use this affirmation, I place the future into the hands of God, as a habit in your problem-solving stockpile every day. I probably say this to myself every day when I get afraid, when I am trying to think about my future or my spouse's future or my dear friends and their well-being and so forth. My family in Kansas City. I place the future into the hands of God. My friend, this is what we call trust. And we talked about this in the Zoom class with Unity on the Bay on Sunday at 1 p.m. last Sunday. And we'll do it again this Sunday. That trust would solve every problem now. That God is the strength in which I trust. I'm not trusting anymore upon Kevin Rice anymore. I put Kevin Rice off the hook. And therefore, I am free in that process. So be untroubled about anything. Don't be disturbed about anything. You and I live and move in the eternal, timeless now. We walk with God. How powerful that is. Knowing this, when you know that you are walking with God, when you place the future in the hands of God, when you know that God is a strength in which you trust, my goodness, your experience feels like being more spacious. It's not just about Kevin's little brain here anymore. It's about the one mind that you and I share together. You and I share together, okay? I told my friend yesterday that God only knows you now. That God only knows you now. And when you know that, you begin to have an experience of peace. Yesterday afternoon, I was on the bench right outside of my home here, overlooking a couple of lakes here in West Palm Beach. And I said to myself immediately, the peace of God is shining in me now. The peace of God is shining in me now. Let's sink into this, right? Sit with this for a few moments here. The peace of God is shining in me now. You say, Kevin, how do you know that you are experiencing peace right now? I know that I'm experiencing the peace of God because I'm not at war with you. I'm not at war with what I'm seeing on the TV. I'm not at war with my strangers that I see every day walking around the complex and so forth. Okay? So let's step back just a moment here and allow yourself to feel safety within you now. Allow yourself to feel protection within you now. There's a place within you where there is perfect peace. There is a place within you where the strength of God abides. My friends, I will join with you in allowing ourselves to anchor ourselves on that indwelling spirit of love that abides in me, that indwelling spirit of love that abides in you as well. Knowing that God knows me now. He doesn't know me in the past. He doesn't know me in the future. He only knows me now. So any plans for the uncertainties of the future that I try to weave from time to time, I set it aside. Okay? Come on, you know this well. That you have planned your future so rigidly, right? And now you have been stopped because you know that your egoic plans went south. It went south. And you're kind of halted and you don't know what to do. You're going to know what to do in the future when you place your future into the hands of God, knowing that God is the strength in which you trust. And this requires a little faith from you, a little conviction from you, a little belief from you, a little confidence from you. Okay? Knowing, as I say to myself probably 1,000 times a day, Kevin, who walks with you? Who walks with you? And therefore, because of that, I feel safety surrounding me, hovering over me, and protecting me. And I include that safety and that protection and that surety to include my brothers, my sisters all around the world, expressing the good, the sacred, and the beautiful each and every day. And if no one has told you today that they love you, allow me to be the first. I love you so much, and you are pure light.